Okay, the other time you're going to see participles is when you're talking about verbals. A verbal is a verb form, but it's used as a different part of speech in the sentence. There are 3 types of verbals: participles, gerunds, and infinitives. So there's that word participle again. A participle is a verb form that's not being used as a verb in the sentence. 2 things about participles. Number 1, they're always going to be used as adjectives in the sentence. And number 2, they're always going to end in ed, d, t, or en, because they're still participles, or they're going to end in ing. They're participles. Remember from the principal parts of verbs, we have present participles and we have past participle verb forms. They're still those verb forms. That's what they are. So there's still going to be a verb ending in ing if it's a present participle verb form, or it'll be the past participle verb form ending in one of these endings. The difference is it's not being a verb in the sentence. Look at the sentence here. Running water is not as easily frozen as standing water. So, is frozen is our verb phrase. That's the verb in this sentence, is frozen. But run could be a verb, right? And what about standing? Stand, that could be a verb. I could say to run, I could say to stand. So these are verb forms. And you might recognize this one as ending in ing being a present participle verb form. Think of the principal parts of the verb run. Run, running, ran, have run. Think of the principal parts of stand. Stand, am standing, stood, have stood. This is the present participle form of to stand. This is the present participle form of to run. But they're not being verbs in this sentence. Running tells us what kind of water? Running water. Standing tells us it's modifying water. What kind of water? Standing water. Well, an adjective answers the question what kind, and it answers about a noun. Water is a noun, and this tells us what kind of water? Running water. What kind of water? Standing water. So this is doing an adjective job in the sentence, and this is doing an adjective job in the sentence. Therefore, it is a participle. And that's all there is to know about participles. An example of a sentence where you would see a participle verbal in the past participle form instead of the present would be in this sentence. Jean likes burnt toast. The verb in the sentence is likes. So any other word in the sentence that could be a verb form would not be the main verb of the sentence. This is the verb of the sentence. So we have this word burnt, and we recognize to burn as a verb. And the 4 principal parts would be burn, am burning, or is burning, burnt, have burnt. So this is a past participle verb form. Because we recognize it as the T ending, we could say have burnt, but it's not doing a verb job in the sentence. In this sentence, it's telling us what kind of toast. Toast is a noun, and this is answering the question what kind about a noun. So this is doing an adjective job in the sentence, and that's what a verbal is. It's a verb form that's doing a different part of speech's job in the sentence. So it's a participle. Sometimes verbals that are participles don't seem like they're answering the question what kind about a noun or a pronoun, but they are. And when they are, it looks like this. Hearing a noise, I went to the window. Went is the verb, but hearing is a verbal, because it's the present participle form of to hear. And it's hard to recognize it as an adjective. It doesn't really look like it's answering the question what kind about a noun, but it is. It's telling you about I. Hearing a noise, I went to the window. And it's really answering the question, what kind of I? The hearing a noise I. Which one? Which I? The one that was hearing a noise. But that's kind of not that easy to pick off. So I'm going to write a couple sentences and show you how this modifies this and see if you can kind of get the pattern so you can recognize these sentences. Alright, in these sentences it works like this. Singing quietly, she did housework. Did is the verb, but singing is a verbal. It's a present participle verbal. It modifies she. What kind is she? Which she? The singing she. Strolling along the beach, we found shells. Found is the main verb, but strolling is a principal part of a verb form. It's the present participle form of to stroll. Strolling along the beach, we found shells. Which we? What kind of we? The strolling we. The strolling along the beach we. That's which ones. So do you see how these sound? They don't sound like they're really answering adjective questions, but this is how they sound when they are being participles. Singing quietly, she did housework. Strolling along the beach, we found shells. This one has a past participle verb form. We saw a bungalow hidden in the forest. Saw is the verb, but hidden is a verb form because to hide, right? Hide, am hiding, hid, have hid. So have hidden. Hidden is a past participle verb form. What is it? Why is it being an adjective? What is it modifying? Bungalow. Which bungalow? What kind of bungalow? A hidden bungalow. So this is a noun. This is answering the question which one or what kind. So this is doing an adjective job in the sentence. The skull, buried years before, was discovered. Was discovered is the verb in the sentence, but buried is a verb form. It's a past participle verb form because had buried, right? Have buried. It is modifying skull. Which skull? The buried one. So it's being an adjective in the sentence. So sometimes they take this form. They are participles.